Hi, everyone, and welcome to your monthly charm casting reading. We are going to be doing things a little bit different. I'm bringing it down to two piles. I think I was normally doing three if I remember correctly. But also, I'm going to be doing some astro dice as well as tiles, letter tiles, just to add in, as well as maybe a crystal that you should be working with or having on your person for the next month or so. So I'm going to be adding that in along with the charms. So I hope that you enjoy that part. But right now you have a choice to make. We have pile 1 or pile 2. This is a Atlantisite and this is Unakite. So Atlantisite, Unakite, pile 1 or pile 2, whatever number or crystal calls to you. You may want to watch both because there could be a tidbit in there in each pile for you, okay? So make your choice and I will see you in either pile 1, pile 2, or both. Hi to those of you who chose the Atlantisite. I'm just going to set your crystal right over here, okay? And we're going to get right into the reading. I'm going to start with the charms, then move on to the astro dice, the letter tiles, and then a crystal for your pile specifically, okay? So it's going to take me a couple minutes here. I'm just going to, basically what I'm going to do, it'll be a little bit noisy. I'm going to get the charms, cast them. I'm then going to sort them out to where they should be and then come right back in for your reading, okay? I may just want a few more here. I like to just have a few more. So let me just, okay, there we go. So you can see where they are. If they're on a line, I call it the cusp, okay? They're in between two different topics, then it applies to both, okay? And I will just take time to sort these out for you and then we'll get right back into it. All right, pile 1? Okay, hi there, everyone. I have them all straightened out for you here. We do have a lot on the cusp, which is interesting, but also there's a lot of musical instruments in here. So music may really be playing an important part in your life over the next month or so, okay, or start to play, because sometimes it's just something that will be starting in the next month or so, but we'll talk about it when we get to each area. It can also just be, harmony. Everything's harmonious. But I really feel with all of these different musical instruments, it's whether you're going to take up playing one. I'm just going to say this as an overall to begin with, whether you take up playing one, whether you just really need to be listening to music. Maybe it's going to be the lyrics that are going to mean something to you. Whether it's the music, the melody itself is just going to touch you in some way or remind you of something. There's something heavy here with music, okay? But let's start. I always like to start with health and well-being. So the very first thing out is live the life you love. I mean, I love that message because it really is a message of, if you want your spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional health to be on the up and up, then do what you love. Live the life that you love. When we are stressed out, when we are not able to make sense of things, when we are sad, upset, maybe we feel like we aren't living up to ourselves in a spiritual nature, and doing what it is that we should be doing, that can bring your energy down, right? We know that with spirituality, it's a lot of talk about energy. And they're saying here, live the life you love. Even if it's just one small thing, start small. A lot of people can't change their life around, on the drop of a dime and the snap of a finger, but you can start doing the little things that you love now. So maybe if you make time for it once a day, once a week, or once a month, you commit to what it is that you love. That is their advice. Start doing that. Your health and well-being will thank you for it. You will thank yourself for it, okay? The other thing that we have here is, this is the solar plexus chakra. And again, this is, the solar plexus is like the center. I like to call it your belly. It sits right above your belly button. Okay. It's kind of a yellowy, I want to say a slight bit of orange to it maybe, but mostly yellow. It's about taking action towards your truth. And are you living the life that you love? Be truthful with yourself. And if you aren't, you start taking action towards it. And just know that your solar plexus too, that is where I want to say that's your energy center, okay? And with that yellow, think of the sun, the fifth house, that's fire energy, Leo even. That may mean something to you, the Leo part. And we are going to get into some zodiac dice as well as name or letter tiles and crystals at the end as well. But maybe you need to start working on your solar plexus. So, maybe do a little research about that and figure out how can you boost, how can you start getting fired up again? How can you start taking action towards your truth? And really, that's all we have. We're not going to take action towards someone else's, right? It needs to be our own. But let's continue on here. With money and finances, I loved seeing this because the acorn is a sign of strength and wealth and luck and prosperity and power and youthfulness even. So I love that that is in your money and finances. I feel like if things aren't going so well in that area now, you're going to start seeing an improvement. Now, the other thing I like is this is a girl, and I always think of it as a little girl, but she is representing the female energy here as well. But we're back to that youthfulness. Maybe you need to not take it quite so seriously. We have a musical instrument on the cusp here. I'm going to say maybe you want to have a nice, harmonious, balanced relationship with your money. So a nice mix of just being like, think of young and carefree, along with responsible and dedicated to maybe when it comes to savings or whatever it is for you, or when you spend your money, to be responsible, okay? But to have an attitude where it's very balanced between carefree and responsibility. And I know that seems like here and here, but it can always meet in the middle. But I really feel like things are going to be good for you, that they will be harmonious, that everything will balance itself out. The other thing here is maybe you will have a female energy or someone with a very strong, if it's not a female, but a strong female energy come in, and maybe they are going to help you in some area of your finances. Or you will feel drawn to go someone, and it might end up being a lady or someone with a very strong female energy. So there is that. Now, let's move on to career and business. Again, look, we've got two musical charms here. We have a harp and a piano. So, what I want to say about that is, again, there could be something in career or business for you, your job, whatever it is, tied around music, okay? Might you be working at a radio station? Could you be part of a band? Could you be singing or playing musical instruments on your own? Could you be selling them? Where else can we go with that? Is this something that maybe you've been thinking about? If it is, consider this your message from Spirit, that in order to bring in the balance, the peace, the harmony, when it comes to career, job, business for you, it will be tied around music. Or maybe you're going to hear something in the next little while. So just kind of pay attention. It doesn't mean you need to be studying the lyrics of every song. It will be spirit works in the sense of you may be driving in your car and the radio is on and the next song is something that you've been thinking about when it comes to career and business. And you might be, woo, there's my answer, right? Or that's what I need to do. So it could be something in that sense as well. The other chakra charm that we have here is the sacral chakra. So let's talk about the sacral chakra a little bit. The sacral chakra also, which is kind of at your pelvis, right? It's where you get, I'm going to say, your emotions, all right? When it comes to your emotions in the sense of it's your fluid center where you have that ebb and flow in life, where you have that emotional connection or reaction that's all coming from your sacral chakra. Where you feel, if you're a lover of sensual things or all things sensual or your own sensuality, then it's coming from your sacral chakra. Okay, and it's orange in color. You may want to do a bit of work, read about the sacral chakra, and maybe that is going to have something to do with your career and business. Maybe just finding that balance, that ebb and flow, where the water, that emotional energy is very calm but moving. Okay, it's not stale and stagnant. That may resonate for you in some way. Now, when we come over to social life and connections, look again, the musical instruments. So is it, again, maybe in a social connection, you, again, play in a band. You love to go out to bars together or pubs or whatever it is and listen to music together. Your social life, your social connection or group may be tied in around music. Or for some of you, it may be where you need to find your social group. If this is a passion for you, then maybe go online and find the groups of people that love music, and maybe you can start meeting up with them. Maybe it's just a group of people that aren't going to be a band out playing at places on the weekend, but you just get together in someone's basement, someone's garage, whatever it is, someone's music room somewhere, and you just play music together. Again, I said I feel there's a very strong tie to music here. And we have the Statue of Liberty. So for some of you, that could represent New York City. For some of you, that could represent travel. So maybe you're going to be traveling with your friends, your acquaintances, your social group. Maybe it's to New York, or it could just represent travel in general. And was it a gift from France? I know someone in Europe gave them. I could be wrong. I want to say it was France who gifted this to the US. So maybe it's something to do with France. That also comes in here with love and partnership. So with your significant other, and I like to keep this into pretty much a romantic type of love or partnership, whether you're married or not, it doesn't matter. It's a serious love partnership, I want to say in this case. And maybe you're going to be traveling together, okay? Maybe you met at the Statue of Liberty, or maybe New York is something that's important to you. Maybe you need to travel to New York and see the Statue of Liberty. I always think of, I don't know, the movie with, was it Tom Hanks and somebody, and they were up the Empire State Building, right? That's popped in for whatever reason. Or no, hang on. Was it When Harry Met Sally, or was it maybe the girl that was in it, Meg Ryan? I can't remember, but there's something where they went and met at the top, I want to say, of the Empire State Building. So that may be something. Maybe the Empire State Building, again, it's back to New York, means something to you. But the seahorse, I feel here, is just representing contentment, friendship. So maybe for you right now, if you're just meeting someone new, maybe this is someone who started out as a friend. Maybe this is friendship that has turned romantic, okay, or turned into a relationship. That may resonate with some of you. Right now, you could be starting to date someone that started off as friends. I feel like this is a very positive sign. There's going to be contentment in that. Let's move on to advice and guidance. Okay, look, we have the deer here. Whoops, I had it backwards. The deer with the antlers. So the deer with the antlers, or just deers in general, and then I may talk about deer antlers too, being that this one has them. It's really, I want to say, about beauty. Like, you think when you see the pictures of a deer, right? Or even, but especially the male, like the stag, when you see the antlers, you're just like, strength and beauty and, I don't know, grace even. I think the movie The Queen, which may be important to somebody, but when she was out, wasn't she out hunting in one of those scenes? And it was just like, what a majestic, magnificent creature. Maybe their advice or guidance for you is to look for that majestic, magnificent. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, do you go somewhere when you're sitting there and you're looking out, you see this and you're just like, I can't believe I don't come here every day, right? It's almost like if you were going to a park or an area in your town or your city, or if you live in the country and it's just breathtakingly beautiful. I think that's her advice or guidance. Maybe spend a bit more time in that type of area or atmosphere. Okay. And deer antlers actually are all about instinct, because deers, like, you think you're sneaking up, or if you even stop, think of a deer on the side of the road and you stop, right? And you think you're being really quiet. They hear everything, right? Even you cracking your window, it's like they're on high alert, the instinct. So maybe they really want you to focus on instinct. Okay, on your gut feelings. That may be important advice for you somewhere coming up. All right. So getting out, seeing beautiful things, majestic. I don't know. I'm seeing beautiful scenery in some way. So maybe the advice or guidance is you're going to need to travel, whether it's long distance or local. But now let's come down to spirituality and religion. Again, the musical instruments. I do have to say here, when it comes to your spirituality, whatever practice that is for you, or religion, maybe you need to, and this is different. I still feel there's always that harmony and that balance. But what I feel I need to say here is this is about marching to the beat of your own drum and tooting your own horn. So if you have been, I don't know, maybe doing a really good job and you're really proud of yourself because you feel yourself growing as a person, as a human being. You feel yourself, like just kind of rising in that personal power, or the ascension, getting and connecting more with spirit, God, source, universe, or whomever it is for you. And you know what? Toot your own horn. Be proud of yourself. You may have come leaps and bounds and nobody else may be noticing it, but you do. So be proud of yourself. And for others of you, or in addition to, it could just be, don't feel that you have to follow everybody else when it comes to your spirituality or religion, what you believe in, what you feel you need to follow or do. You can march to the beat of your own drum. You do what's right for you, pile one. Okay? And then we also have these three coming into home and family. So again, with your family, live the life that you love. I just want to say everyone is so busy now, and I know that's the way of the world, and children love to be involved in extracurricular activities, but I feel like live the life you love is maybe trying to spend more time together as a unit. And if you don't have time, if you don't have children, maybe it's you and a partner, a spouse, or maybe it's just you. It's spending more time with family. Maybe it's just taking a little more downtime at home and doing what it is that you love. Again, everybody doesn't have to do the role of family and home like everyone else. Don't be afraid to march to the beat of your own drum here with this, okay? Don't be afraid to do things a little differently. And I was talking about solar plexus. Take action towards truth. Again, with your family. What is it that you want your family to believe in? What is it? What values, what core values do you want to have? What boundaries, what rules, whatever it is, what is the truth of you and what you believe in? And how do you want to incorporate that into your family or your home, right? So those are the main messages for you, pile one. Now, the other things that I said I wanted to do for you was roll some astro dice. And I'm just going to set this little, I don't know what we call it, container holder. I just need to prop this up maybe a little bit. And I'm just going to roll some astro dice. And maybe this will be important months for you, important planets, important numbers 1 through 12. Okay, so let's just see here what we may have for you. Actually, yeah, no, that's good. Okay, we have Taurus. All right, we have Mars. And we have the number 2. So as far as astrology goes here, I would say that you have Taurus, okay? Mars in the second house. And the second house in this particular case really is Taurus, but maybe it actually is the sign that's sitting in that house for you. So maybe this is really lighting a fire under your butt when it comes to the way I talked about with your family, your core beliefs, your core values, okay? You're going to be really fired up and passionate, tying into that solar plexus, that sun center, that fire energy. And you really are going to want to, here with Mars, really focus on that and be passionate and fired up about it. It can also be you're going to be really fired up and passionate about the way you earn your money, make your money, spend it, save it. Properties, material items, right? Like you're going to be really fired up when it comes to those areas in your life. It will resonate differently for everyone. But if you're kind of feeling like you're kind of going, where all of a sudden why am I concerned about this? This is the reason. Okay, because you are really going to be having a bit of that Mars energy coming in and around your second house of Taurus. And that's about your money and your material possessions. So just be aware of that. I'm also just going to pull a few Scrabble tiles I have here just for, I want to say, some initials or, that may be important for you. This could also be February might have been an important month. Okay, so also the second month, so maybe February was important for you. The number 2, maybe Taurus is important for you. Maybe you're even in Aries because Aries is ruled by Mars, okay? Or a Scorpio because Scorpio's original planet ruler was Mars before Pluto was discovered. And let's see what we have here. We have F, we have P, we have I, X, A, and B. So if you can make a word out of that, or maybe the number 11 is important for you. Maybe pi is important for you. Okay, maybe fib, fab, whatever it is, bip, I don't know. But fix, maybe fax, okay. You know what? Or it could just be a letter of someone important to you or you yourself. The other thing I want to do here is just pull. I have a whole dish of crystals, and I always say, you know what? I'm just going to pull one random, or one may fall out. I don't know. I'll kind of hold it over here. And maybe that's a crystal that for holistic healing that will be important for you. And if you have a health issue, of course, visit your doctor. But maybe it's just a crystal that you can work with to help you. So look up the meaning of it, spiritually or just in general. So what I want to find here, without looking, I want to grab onto one. This one, okay. This is, let me find out. Okay, back guys. I had to go. I was like, what is this? This is a new crystal, and I never remember what it is, but let me hold it right up here. It is the Que Sera crystal. So look that up. You may find that it ties in with the charms, with maybe these letters, these planets, signs, or numbers, okay? But it is the Que Sera heart crystal. So that is it. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will see you for many other readings if you want to pop onto my channel and look up some others. But if not, the next charm reading will be after, it will be for April 16th, moving into May. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you possibly even in the next pile. Hi there to those of you who chose this Unakite crystal or pile 2. This will be your charm casting reading. Again, I'm going to be doing a crystal heart for you at the end that you may want to have on your person or work with for the following month or longer. I'm going to be doing some astro dice and some letter tiles, okay? But let's get started with the crystals. This is going to just take me a minute or so. I'm going to cast them out. Then I'm going to sort them and get right back to you with the reading. And this may be a little bit noisy. Okay, there we go. So you can see where everything landed. If it landed on a line, then it will be for both areas. We've had a lot of line, pile 1, a lot of stuff on the lines. So I like that, okay? It's like 2 for 1. But anyway, just give me one moment and I will get right back to you. Hi there. Okay, pile 2, I have everything sorted out now. Let's get right into this. I always start with health and well-being. And how interesting. 1, we have the throat chakra. So for some of you, when it comes to health and well-being, whether that's your physical, emotional, spiritual health, all right, you need to speak your truth. Okay, you need to start talking about what it is that may be wrong with you, so that you can start to heal. If it is physical health, then maybe you need to go speak to a doctor, right? Or to a health practitioner of some sort. All right. That is important. Whatever this is, you need to be truthful and speak up about what it is that you may feel is ailing you in any of those areas. Okay. If it's spiritually or religiously, you may want to go talk to the leader, to a spiritual or religious leader. Okay. But whatever it is for your health and well-being, it's important for you to speak up and to talk. And speak the truth. Now, we also have the dragonfly, which is about new beginnings and new starts. So maybe there's something that you need to start doing when it comes to your health and well-being. It could be taking the first step here to speak about it, okay? To go and see someone, because you need to have a new beginning in one of those areas of your life, okay? And we have the fleur-de-lis here as well. And I love that because it represents the lily. It also can represent the Virgin Mary, the Holy Trinity even. So for some of you, it could really be about your faith when it comes to your health and well-being. You need to maybe really start relying on, believing in, having faith, okay? It could be wisdom, which is making wise choices about your health and well-being. It could also be linked to purity with the Virgin Mary, say, right? Purity, virtue, right? And maybe you need to be pure in intention and clear about what it is you're speaking your truth to when it comes to your health and well-being. So kind of interesting. I haven't had that combination of charms yet. So I like that, but I feel that there's a new beginning that you know, the dragonfly wants to fly here. It wants to take off, but I just feel like there may be a little bit of legwork that needs to happen first when it comes to you speaking out. Now, interestingly enough, when we come up to money and finances, we have the guitar. What can that mean? Usually the musical instruments, we had a lot of them in pile one. It was like crazy. And it was taken on a different meaning in different areas. But for me, usually when I see the charm, it could be or musical instrument charm, like just about peace and harmony. Most importantly, things being harmonious when you think of music and harmonies, right? And maybe when it comes to your finances, you need to just find a nice peaceful balance, and maybe the way you spend and save or the way you earn it. You know, and it also comes up here in your career and business. Like, do you have to have a better work-life balance? That also affects your money and finances, right? I just feel like this is tying the two together, and there needs to be some sort of peace, harmony, balance between work, career, business, money, and your finances, okay? And normally I don't always read them like that, but that is coming in strongly, that it's bringing that career and business in. For some of you, you may find that maybe you play the guitar, maybe you play music somewhere. That may be a way that you're going to start to earn money or bring in additional money, okay? But let's go to career and business, because we have that again, spoke about it. We also have here the third eye chakra. And the third eye chakra is your intuition, insight, being able to see clearly, being able to see past maybe what's really going on, what's going on behind the scenes. That may be coming up for you, that you're going to be using those gifts of yours when it comes to career and business, okay? Now, we also have the giraffe here. And this is such a pretty charm as well. But with the giraffe, tall giraffe, right, can see much farther than anyone else or any of the other animals. So it's having vision. It's being able to see big picture. Okay, and being smart. When you're able to see big picture, how do you put that together? How do you fit that into the small picture that maybe you're sitting in your cubicle or at home? But we're talking about career and business here, right? How do you bring that vision and you bring it in, right? You need to be smart to do that, or be smart about doing that. Okay, so there's going to be something coming up in career and business. It's going to be having you look long term, big picture, having vision, and using your third eye chakra to help you along with that, okay? Now, when we come into social life and connection, we have those same two crystals, or sorry, I keep calling them crystals, those same two charms again. I'm looking at the crystal hearts and I just keep thinking crystals, not to mention all the ones around me. But again, when it comes to social life or social connections, you know, your friends groups, maybe your sporting team groups, your crafting groups, whatever it is for you, when you're out and about and doing what it is that you do, extracurricular activity with your friends, acquaintances. Again, is there something about that group or about a certain person in the group where you are kind of seeing maybe long term? I almost feel like I want to go right around. Is there some sort of love or partnership that could be coming in there? All right. Maybe this can tie back to career and business, where you're going to be doing more things socially, maybe with the people that you work with. But again, it's seeing big picture. I feel like it's seeing more than the facade of them, right? Than what they're showing you. It's kind of like getting to know them in a bigger, more expansive way. For some of you, it could be growing that social life or social circle bigger. All right, that could be something coming up for you. And it could be, if you are of a spiritual nature and you have gifts, intuitive gifts, maybe you're going to be meeting up with a new group of people that share those same interests. okay? And using your intuition to find them even. All right, so I like the way that is tying in. Now let's go to love and partnerships. One, we have the stalking. So did something happen around Christmas time? Could something be coming up at Christmas? Could you be getting, because I think of these really as love relationships, okay? Whether they're brand new dating or you've been together for years. Is there maybe a gift coming into you guys, or one of you are planning a gift or a surprise for the other? For some of you, you may be unlocking the secrets to your relationships. You may feel like, I think I finally figured it out. I feel like, wow. It can also be the unlocking of a heart. Maybe you've just met someone, different people, different situations. We also have the I can here. Is this just, we can do this. I can do this. I never thought that maybe I'd be able to be in a serious, committed relationship, but I can. All right. And then again, musical instrument. We have just finding that harmony within the relationship, the balance, the love, the peace, right? It can also be, and I will mention this, hearing, like, music could play an important part in your relationship, whether that's the way you met, or maybe you work together somewhere that has to do with music. Or it could be, I always say, if maybe you're looking for love or partnership, you may hear a lyric in a song. Maybe you like to go out to the club together. It can be so many different things in so many different ways. When we come to advice and guidance, find joy in the journey. Enjoy every day, right? If you're out and about, enjoy what it is that you're doing. Don't think of it as the chore that you need to do. Think of it as, I'm out to enjoy the day today. I'm able to get out and do this, and so many people can't. I should be enjoying myself. We have 2 musical instruments here. Maybe you are just going to get out for advice and guidance and go out and listen to music somewhere, okay? Pub, bar, whatever, a concert, whatever it is. Maybe that's something that you will be doing soon, going to a concert. Maybe someone's going to invite you there. But find joy in it. Even when you're sitting in traffic to get to the concert venue, enjoy the time you're sitting there, because when you get there how great and how much fun it's going to be. On the cusp, we also have what I think of as the castle, okay? So maybe for some of you, it's dreaming big, right? I think of the castle, right? It's dreaming of the fairy tale, maybe. It's again, it's just finding the joy in things. Maybe it means you're going to go to Disneyland. You're finally going to find your prince or princess, okay? But or maybe, again, there could be a message through music that you will hear in a situation right now that you're dealing with, and that's going to help you. I love these charms for you, pile 2. They're really great and a little bit different. Definitely different than pile 1. But maybe for some of you, you need to take up playing a musical instrument. That's their advice. You know what? You've been thinking about taking lessons. Maybe you used to play an instrument back in the day, and they're saying you need to start it again. That brings joy to you. Okay? And you can do it. Doesn't matter how old you are. You may not be as, playing the piano or the guitar. Your fingers may not be as nimble as they once were, but you can still do it. Okay? I love that. Now when we come down to spirituality and religion, I love this, because when I see the piano here, I want to say for you, pile 2, it's about finding that place of worship, if that's what it is, or that group, or the type of spirituality or religion that you want to practice, and it should feel right. There shouldn't be a note out of place. It should feel harmonious and peaceful and serene. and beautiful to you. It should feel like, wow, I've just walked into Cinderella's castle, right? It should be that type of feeling. Almost like a fairy tale, or like, is this really true? So if you are looking for something and maybe you've been trying out different things, I just want to say that I feel like when you get to the right place, you will feel it, because that's what it's going to feel like. Okay, let's get to home and family. All kinds of things here. There's going to be transformation when it comes to your family. In what way? It will be different for all of you. It could be transformation as in you're actually going to be doing work and transforming your home, your surroundings, whatever it is. It could be transformation. Look, here's a child, I want to say. So maybe for some of you, it's going to be transformation around your child, your children. Maybe it's transformation in your family because you're adding the little bundle of joy. Okay. This is all about, with the B here, is all about working together. Maybe that's something that needs to become a priority, is really working together as a family unit. And this is whether you have children or not. If you are single, this can just be working with your family or those who feel like your family. And we have that truth, that throat chakra coming out again, being truthful and speaking truth with your family. If you can't be who you are and truthful with your family, I always say, then who can you be honest and truthful with and yourself with? It's your family. And again, we have that fleur-de-lis here again. And I just want to say, maybe this is just bringing in, if we're thinking of the Holy Trinity, right? Maybe bringing in more spirituality, but more religion, maybe into your family home, or you guys going out and joining it. It could also be just really wanting to create a home and family environment that is just pure and natural and true and truthful. Okay, so those are your main messages. Now, what I want to do is I want to grab this little box here. I'm just going to set it up, and we're going to do the Astro Dice. We're going to do the initials. I just wish I could get that a little bit higher, maybe, if I can set it up on there. It may be a little lopsided. And a crystal heart that maybe holistically you can work with. You can look up what it means as far as spirituality goes. And it may just be something you want to carry on yourself or work with. But first, let's get the Astro Dice here. All right. So maybe number 1 means something to you. It could also mean the first house, which is ruled by Aries. Aries could be important for you. The first month, maybe January, is important for you. Or, well, it can't really be the age unless, I don't think a 1-year-old's watching me, but maybe you have a 1-year-old, okay? Cancer is the sign. I love that because you had a lot about home and family, and Cancer rules the 4th house of home and family. Your family, your ancestors, how it is that you feel safe and secure when it comes to home and family, okay? So I love that. And then we have the planet Uranus. Well, Uranus is a change maker, and Uranus rules Aquarius. So maybe Aquarius is important to you or relates to you in some way, but could also just be a message of maybe it's time for you to be the game changer here, for you to get out and march to the beat of your own drum and do what it is that you think needs to be done to go out and help make change in the world. Maybe it's calling on your humanitarian effort, right? Maybe that's something. Maybe there needs to be a change up when it comes to your home and family. Maybe you need a little bit of radical change when it comes to that, all right? Maybe for your home and family, you need to get out with Aquarius energy and socialize more and get out with the social groups. I just want to look back here. What did we have? Yeah, start maybe seeing things big picture when it comes to that. All right, I really like that. Maybe bringing in more intuitive talk, or, really talking to your family about trusting your gut, believing what it is that you're feeling, your instincts, your intuition. For some of you, it could very well be that, all right? So we've done that. Now let's get a few letter tiles out here. They're Scrabble tiles, but I just feel like I just want to pull a few of them out. I need to go to a different part of the bag. Hang on here. Ooh, sorry, I pulled out a bit more than I did in pile one. Sorry, pile one, if you're watching both. We have E, G, U, B, F, I, A, O, N. Maybe you can make words out of this that mean something to you. These initials could be you, people, however it is that you, maybe right now there's something that's really bugging you, okay? Maybe you need to have more fun. Maybe you need to drink a gin, okay? It can be whatever. I think I see begin. It's time. We talked about new beginning, changes, new beginning, even here with Uranus, the change maker. Okay. So again, different words, different letters in here for you. And last, I want to pull a heart. And I have these heart crystals. One may fall out because it's kind of a small dish. I probably need a bigger one. But I'm going in and trying to just pull one randomly. I'm not looking. This is a little bit noisy. This is it. This is, let me see here if I can see it up close. I do believe this is the, my lighting's not very good in here. Oh, this is Moonstone. Okay, so Moonstone, maybe you need to read about Moonstone, carry it on you. Again, it may be something that, you can help if it's a holistic health healing, that you like to do. If you need a medical professional, then that's where you should go. But you may just find that you feel better, carry a Moonstone on you. The moon is also the ruler of the 4th house with Cancer. That could mean something to you. So pile 2, I hope that you enjoyed this new bit of fun here that we had at the end. And I will see you either in the other pile, or I will see you for the next crystal reading for April 16th into May. Or you can check out some of my other readings here on YouTube. I'll see you next time.